In April of this year, Millie Drew Kelly, a 6-year-old girl from Georgia, was shot and killed by her 4-year-old little brother. According to CNN News, the two siblings were left alone in the car for a short period of time when the little brother found a gun in the console of the car, which he then took out and accidentally shot his big sister in the head. Tragic events like this can be stopped. Gun safety is a topic that needs to be talked about. No one is ever too young to learn about something that could end their life. In my house, gun safety is highly stressed. From a young age, my parents made sure I knew everything there was to know about guns and how to handle them. Guns are a delicate object and must be used with care and caution. This is a 9mm Smith & Wesson shield. Due to my knowledge and training in guns, I know that this gun, as is, can do no harm to me. The chamber is empty, the safety is on, and the clip containing the bullets is not placed in the gun. So as is, this gun can do no damage to me. If only people did these simple things, life could be much easier. A gun should never be loaded until ready to use, and the safety should not come off until ready to shoot. Knowing how to work a gun is important, but knowing where to store it is key. A gun should always remain unloaded, and when you're done using that gun, it should be locked up in a safe place. Ammunition to the gun should be locked up separately. Kids and teens should never, under any circumstance, have a key or combination to where these guns are stored. No loaded or unloaded guns should ever be placed in a car or left there. These are where, in these cases, this is where things go wrong. Recently in the U.S., a grandmother picked her grandson up from preschool. At a red light, the grandma hit the brakes a little too hard and the gun slid out from under her seat. The young boy picked up the gun and accidentally shot his grandmother in the head. She died right in front of him. This could have been prevented if the gun had been stored in the vehicle properly. This little boy is going to have to live with the image for the rest of his life of his grandma dying right in front of him because he simply did not know the information about gun safety that could have prevented this situation. Kids should never be considered responsible enough to handle a weapon without adult supervision. When parents or adults let their children go to a friend's house for a play date or a sleepover, they always think to ask the questions, do they have a dog that could hurt my child? Do they have things in their home that my child's allergic to that could harm them? It never really comes across their minds. Are they gun owners? Do they know how to properly secure a gun? Like, are they locked up? Are they out of reach of my children? Like, that's something that should come across parents' mind first thing. Like, we should think about something that could literally take our child's life. I mean, yes, little Timmy could have a peanut allergy and that could kill him, but does he know how to handle a gun if it's sitting out on a table? Does he know not to pull the trigger? Does he know to check to see if it's loaded or unloaded? We need to have these discussions because TVs and movies and video games, they don't tell our children anything about gun safety. It's all fiction. It's not real. Like, we as adults need to have conversations with our children about gun safety. I mean, we need to consider the tragedies and talk about these. I grew up in a family, like, I was blessed from a young age, to be instilled with gun safety. Like, my parents made sure I knew everything there was to know about gun safety. My dad's in law enforcement, so I had him nailing into me everything I needed to know about gun safety. And through him, I heard the heartbreaking stories about what the failure of not knowing about gun safety can do and the damage it can cause on a family. Like, it's just heartbreaking to think that somebody's life can be taken because they don't know what they should about guns. I mean, as a child growing up, I had a gun in my hand before I could probably even walk, which, yeah, it's okay. I grew up hunting and loving the outdoors and using guns. Like, hunting is something that's very important to me, and I've literally been hunting since I was itty bitty, and I've known how to handle guns because my family made sure that I was safe and that I knew how to use this dangerous object. And look at me here today. I'm fine. I've never had an incident with a gun, and neither has anyone in my family. We know how to handle them. We make sure that our family is educated about gun safety. According to the National Rifle Association, guns are now involved in only 0.4% of accidental deaths among a total population and 1.3% among children. Today, the odds are more than 1,000,000 to 1 against a child in the U.S. dying in a gun accident. I'll leave you with a statement from a gun expert that I personally know and trust, Randy Landon. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Thank you.